Well, welcome to Matt's Rocks. Today I'm going to be doing some more Brazilian agate. I think if they'll fit in my saw. There's this nodule here, and I'm going to cut slabs out of it. I'm not sure what it's going to look like. I'm going to cut the first part off. I'll cut it off even here a little bit more, and then just go a little bit bigger as I go along, just so that I can get it even again. I'll load it on this end. Hopefully it'll fit. This one here is the one I'm not really sure about. This is more of a waterline agate. Oh, I didn't show you. You can see some patterns on it, but not too much on this one. For right now, but that's because it's so dark. And then I'm going to cut this one, and you can see the lines in it. I don't know if that's waterline or if it just all goes up and squares off like that, but it goes all the way through. And I'm going to load it on this thinner end like this, and cut off this end, start on this end, and cutting it flat and making cabs that way. This one here, I'm not sure. It's got such a strange shape. I'm not sure what I'm going to be able to do to it, but I know I'm going to load it in. I think I may be able to load it in on this end. If not, I'll load it in on this end, but I'm going to cut it across this way like this, because there's going to be some, it's got such weird shapes to it. It's not, I'm not sure what I'm going to get out of it. And this little valley goes in pretty deep. But it allows the light to come through it pretty good. I just don't know what the patterns are going to look like. And today I'm just going to cut them and then come back and show you, rather than filming the cutting process itself. It's a little bit drawn out that way, and it's going to be hard enough keeping my patience. Wait, hurry up and wait, hurry up and wait. This is going to take probably 10 or 15 minutes per slab, if not longer. I know Brazilian agate's pretty darn hard. Every one I've cut so far has been pretty hard and shaped, no matter what I've done to it. But then I'll come back and show you the finished product, or the finished slabs on each rock, and we'll go from there. So I'll be back shortly. Okay, I'm back. Let's look at these rocks. I cut those three. Now I'll go ahead and show you what they look like. Here's the tag. They're the last piece I got out. I'll get my light out here. This is the last one I cut. Pretty thick still, but it's the end piece, so it's going to be pretty big. I'll either tape it to a board or make a sample out of it. It'd sit right nice on the side, on this side anyway. I don't know, we'll see. And then this is the I'm just going to take these out, because I could not figure for the life of me the way it was broke all the way around. It was broke here and here and here and here and here. I couldn't really tell exactly which was the... I couldn't put them back in the order they came off, let's put it that way. I got as close as I could get, and the oil's still, there's still a little bit of oil left on them, not a lot, but they're pretty much, each one's the same as the last. pretty closely. It's pretty clear, pretty faint lines. You can see them, but they're pretty faint in there. But there are quite a few more up towards the top, if you can see them on that side. I don't know if you can because of the rolling of the light, but each one of those were all pretty close to the same. I'll figure out something to make out of them. I may make, I think I'll make cabs out of this one. This one I think I could cut up fairly easy. And some of these look better than the others. This one there's a square corner, squared off corner in the, oh, that's where I took off the tag end. I left a little bit of a gouge on the end of it. Oh no, that must have slipped a little as it was starting to cut. That must be this part. Yep. I was right. That was the part that I... No, it wasn't either. Yeah, it was. I was on the wrong side of the rock. So that was the first one. The second one I took off. So I've got a tag end on there that's pretty steep and tall. That's just water. There, it's where it's loosened up. There's like a little deal there. It's pretty. They're pretty neat, but I don't think it'd be hard to. I don't know. They're not all that colorful. And this was the other end. This was the first end I cut off just to get it squared off. As you can see, it's rough and thick, and it's got this fortification pattern there. But the rest of this is pretty strange. It's got all that turtle back along those edges, but that's where the botryoidal little edges are at on the rind. You can see the little white eyes in it, but they won't transfer into the agate, I don't think. But there's that one. And then next I'll show you the first one. I got the first one right. This is the first one, the first cut off the first one. It took 2 cuts to get it square. I didn't want to cut this one way too thick. I knew I was going to be cutting it thick enough as it was just to try to get it square. But it's got quite a few fortification lines in it. I should get me a bowl of water to set it over here, though. I can just dip my fingers in it. There's the second one. And then you can see it's still got an end piece missing off the end of it. A little bit of fracturing. Take the light off of it so you can see that it's chipped back at an angle clear back to here. And then this is a chip also right here coming down into the rock, but it's not a real deep one. It goes down to the V here and stops. Now the rest of these are pretty good looking. I don't know if getting them wet's even going to help much other than darkening them up because they look pretty light, but they're all pretty much the same. This one's got a fracture on this end. I don't think that was in that last one. Yeah, it was right there on that end. That doesn't go all the way through though, I don't think. Yeah, that ends here on this one. And it ends right there on that corner. There's 2 fractures there at one time. And I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cabs out of it and 2 ends. I got 4 cabs out of the other first one with 2 ends. And of course it got smaller to the end till it got to the end. And this last one, I decided, as soon as hell those bands were in such clear agate on some of that, and we got turtleback on there as well. I was hoping I might be able to coax some iris out of it, so I took the last one that I could. I don't see any. It looks like it might have a little tyndall in the of course, the turtleback pattern, which is those little waves. That's like a botryoidal thing. Okay, now that I've shown you all of the rocks that I cut last week, it's been a few days. I'm just now getting ready to edit. In the morning, I'm going to edit the footage from cutting these agates. But this is future me talking to future you, but assisting past me. The slab that I cut the thinnest, I was looking for iris, and this is what I polished it out. It took me 2 days to polish it. Let me get a different light out here. My flashlight. Let me give you a little better view. They were all about that dark. Everyone. Of course, all the other slabs I took off of there were 1/2 inch or 3/8 of an inch slabs. But look at it from behind. I got a little push light, or a little puck light, battery operated puck light that I tried, but it's got a blue color to it, and this is more of a gray. Wish I could stop that from. And it seems a little darker. Let me turn on the light above me, maybe that'll help. Get a little more light behind it. And maybe it'll stop all that flashing. It's all pretty, got quite a bunch. It's got a bunch of fortification lines in it. Let me show you the other side. Seems a little darker from one side than it does the other. Yeah, this is the one where see all the little lines going into the stone around the edges. That's called turtleback, and that's basically botryoidal, where it's kind of like a botryoidal formation, like the little bubbles that you see. And it's a little milky in the center. Light doesn't come through it as good. The rest of the other agate's clear. Other than that's why I cut it this thin, was to try to get. You can see the lines in the turtleback area, but I was hoping to get some rainbow flashes back from it. Iris, I think it's called, and it just didn't work out for iris. But so anyway, that's That's a cab. Maybe that might help a little bit. Nope. I'll have to check. It lightens up the color a little bit, putting my hand behind it. That's how you can tell it's pretty clear except for that middle. Okay, let's get back to the video. That might be, and then I've still got a fairly good sized chunk that I can make a sample out of. Although I don't think it's going to be a very good sample with no light being able to go into it. It's just going to be too dark. Even if it is shiny, it's just going to be dark. You might not be able to even see the lines in it. So I may have to think of something. I may just have to glue it to board and cut some more cabs off of it. So I could probably get 4 more cabs off that. And then here's the second one that I cut. This is that weird shaped one. I mean, really weird shaped. But there's the pattern that it had inside of it when I got into it. I don't know if you can see that triangular shape here, and then it comes up triangular shape here, and there's fortification lines around there, but they're faint. That was the tag end. That was the very end, the last piece I cut on. This was the first piece I cut on it. And I'll make a rounded front cab out of it if there's no fractures going down in there very deep. And I see this one here, and that one might be enough to make it. I may just tumble this piece instead. But then here's the next piece I got off of there, I think. And it's got a weird shape to it too, but it's got a nice pattern. And the lines are in it are awful shadowy also. There's the next one, and the pattern takes a different turn. This one's got a nice jersey pocket on it, this last one. Well, next to the last one. I don't know why I shut that off thinking I was going to be able to get. I don't know if you can see the jersey in there, and it's got a nice little white pattern on the back. It's also got that fracture coming in too, but and then here's the next to the last one, I think. No, one of them smaller ones was the next to the last one. I don't know where this actually came from, but I think it's got a better pattern in it than all the others as far as the pattern goes. But this one here, this was the last one. This is where that small piece came from. That was here. There was a, as you can see, there was a big gap right there, if you remember from when I showed it to you. Just luckily it got all of that, but this little section here, and it broke, and then so that left that. I could either take that off or going ahead and grind it down, but I wouldn't be able to get rid of that gap if I did that. If I just ground it down, I may make it like a larger teardrop shape.